Sunday! Battle of the Monster Truck Challenge Series with Bigfoot, Giant, and Excalibur. See screaming butt bomb funny cars side by side. Then the nation's top monsters are out to climb and crush them on the cars.
They are big, they're loud, and they've been around for about 50 years now. Monster trucks and their roaring engine ignite nostalgia for many. But for monster truck driver Wildman Jeff, it was his life.
Yeah, so much so that he led the charge to document the history of the sport and the culture. And he took it one step further, too. He opened the International Monster Truck Museum and Hall of Fame right here in 21 Country.
About 11 or 12 years ago, a group of us monster truck guys decided that we ought to try to save the history of monster trucks. We realized really nobody was saving anything except some of the different fans on the internet that might have had pictures and things.
That group turned into a museum. After a decade in Auburn, the museum moved over to their own building this year, just a few towns over.
When we had our grand opening, you know, there was a couple thousand people here, and we're hoping to help Butler grow. You know, we would like to see Butler flourish into a little bit larger town with a little bit more things that could help out the fans coming to town.
The founder, Jeff Cook, has some of his own monster trucks here, and those of others on display too.
I toured through the 90s and into the early 2000s. We've got King Kong and Goliath and Taurus and Barefoot. A lot of big name trucks from the early days are here and represented.
An entire business evolved from this, Bigfoot #1.
Well, back in the late 70s, early 80s, the performance world of truck accessories started to grow. That kind of just grew from there. Everybody kept trying to one-up each other, so guys would come out with a bigger set of tires.
Well, the trucks have changed over the decades. The heavier they were, the better they could crush the cars. Today, lighter wheels are preferred for the stunts.
One thing that's never changed is it's very driven by the children and the kids. Kids are just fascinated by big equipment and big monster trucks. Now with the internet now, you know, everything's accessible. But back in the day, you didn't know what you were going to see till you got to a car show or something. And when you walked through the doors and you seen that monster truck, it was larger than life, you know. And I remember it just taking your breath away, and you would just stand there and in awe.
And that's exactly what some of the adults do on their visits, now alongside children and grandchildren of their own.
Everybody has experienced seeing a monster truck for the most part, and it brings them back to, you know, sometimes a better, simpler time in life, or maybe when they were younger. This place, we've tried to recreate that.
The International Monster Truck Museum and Hall of Fame, it's open Wednesday through Sunday. We've shared their hours on our website. Admission is free, but donations at the door, they say, are appreciated.